Hello, my name is Devaney and thanks for tuning into Short Not Sweet. And this week I want to start by asking you a question. Have you ever been getting dressed, putting together a look, and as you're finishing you realize, man, I really wish I had that one thing to really complete this look. And time again, you're reaching for this thing that you do not have in your closet. And this is what I want to talk about today. Gaps in your closet, little holes in your wardrobe that you really want to fill, that you know if you just had that piece, it would really help you to complete, to really put together a look, put that really finishing touch on a look. I'm gonna be talking about some holes in my wardrobe that I am on the hunt for right now. And I wanna start with the first one, and that is belts. Time and time again, I'm putting together looks and I'm finding myself reaching for belts that I do not have. I do currently own the Loewe anagram belt. It has silver hardware, it's black on one side, tan on the other. But there are a couple of belts that I find myself reaching for, and that belt that I have is just not fitting the bill. And the first thing that I'm looking for are belts with gold hardware, and a couple of options I've been looking at are the Loewe anagram belt again, but with two different colors and then with gold hardware. And I think that would be really cool because I really like the Loewe belt buckle, the little anagram logo. But I think I could switch between the different belts, belt buckles, different color hardware, and the different color belts. And I really think that would be really super practical and helpful. Another option is the Celine Triomphe belt. That belt is a little expensive though. It retails for $5.90. But it is not reversible, and so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. But the Triomphe is really cool and the leather is really nice, so that's one option. And then another kind of belt that I'm looking for are thin belts. I'm thinking like when you wear like a dress, a really thin belt would be helpful, or when you're having, I would really love to like belt like longer blazers and stuff, longer jackets, and you just put a little thin belt on there. It just adds like a little layer of cool, I think, a little layer of elegance to a look. A couple of belts in that category are the Hermes Kelly belts, and I love that turnlock Kelly fixture that they have on the front of those belts. They're really expensive. They retail for like $9.60, so I would more than likely get that on the secondhand market. Another option is the YSL belts, and they in the thin belt. They come in a bunch of different widths and colors, but I'm particularly looking at the thin width with the white leather. And I think it looks really good. And the YSL logo is on it, but it's really small in the thin belt. So I don't know. I think it would be a more budget-friendly option, you know. And YSL, if you are looking for a designer belt, they do have a lot of good options. So, you know, keep your eyes open for that. And then last, I'm looking for colorful belts, you know. One option I've been looking at is Casablanca, the brand they have. I really like their little logo. I think it's understated as well, if you know kind of thing. But they have this green leather belt that I think is really cool. And what would I do with a green leather belt? But I think I would figure it out. You know, green could really go with anything, maybe white, you know, anything. I think a green leather belt would really be cute. And another option would be the Valentino. If you know, Valentino did like a very famous pink collection last season, and they have a pink belt with their, you know, very famous V logo. Now that V logo is ginormous, but I think that even though it's kind of trending right now, I think in a couple of years that particular pink would be really cool. So a pink leather belt with, and it also has like a pink like iridescent kind of belt buckle hardware on it, and it's reversible. So I think it retails for around $5.50, similar to the Loewe belt, and it's also reversible. So it's a little bit more practical. Not practical really, but a little bit more practical than some of these other belts that I've mentioned. So it's not like I'm gonna get all of these ridiculously expensive belts, but I think that, you know, just one or two of these would really just fill in some of the gaps of my wardrobe in a really helpful way. Okay, so for the next thing, this is a big one, and this is like an everyday bag. I've been talking about bags on this channel since, you know, almost the beginning, and I still have not bought a designer purse because, again, I'm pretty practical when it comes to purses, and just a lot of designer bags, they just don't check those boxes. But I have been seeing a couple that could be that everyday bag, because I've really noticed as I've been paying more attention, and you know, I've always loved fashion, but just really trying to round out a complete look. Every piece I really love and I think is adding something to my look. When I'm really trying to do that nowadays, I notice that my purse can kind of bring down a look. And so I'm just trying to find an everyday bag that adds something, that always adds a punch to a look. And a couple of bags that I've had my eye on that are more practical, but also I think would add a punch. Dior has a camera bag. I can't find it online, but I have seen pictures. I saw Cassie Thorpe, I really like her channel here on YouTube. She mentioned this bag, and that really, you know, got the wheels turning in my head. It is a camera bag. It's like a utility bag. It's leather with the signature Dior Canage. You know, Dior has beautiful leather, and it has all of these zip pockets, so many things. It has a top handle, crossbody strap, you know, and it just, when I first saw this bag, I said, wait a second, Dior, this is a bag that I can actually see myself carrying. And so, I don't know, I'm sure it's exorbitantly priced. I'm not sure how much it is. If I do know how much it is, I'll, of course, put it on the screen. But this is a bag that I can see it fitting into my everyday life, and so maybe it's more worth that ridiculous price tag. It's more worth saving up and getting this bag as compared to some other designer bags that would really be one-offs. And you know, I almost feel like I would resent spending the money, because I would be like, ugh, this bag doesn't have anything that I actually need. It just looks really cute. And another bag that I've kind of had my eye on, that I think I've actually tried this on, and I thought it looked pretty good. The Le Cagole bag by Balenciaga. Now, I have thrown a lot of shade of Balenciaga on this channel, but when it comes to bags, I think Balenciaga really still has got it. They still know what to do. And that Le Cagole bag, it looks, you know, it does have a trendy look about it, but it also has a lot of pockets. It has that great crossbody strap. They have all kinds of doodads hanging off of it, and I would probably take all that junk off. But and it doesn't have too many logos. It comes in a lot of colors. Not so much in the size that I want. I think I want it in like that small, not the extra small, but like the small size that has the front, and it might even have a rear zip pocket, and it has an internal zip pocket, and I think it has a patch pocket inside, a little slip pocket. It's not as useful or utility as that Dior bag I had mentioned, but it still has a lot of the things that I'm looking for. So I don't know, it's an option, and I think it's cute, and it has that practical note to it. So it's something that I have my eye on when I'm considering buying this everyday bag. One day I'm gonna come on this channel and actually have a purse to show. I don't know when, but one day. Okay, so the next thing I've been looking at is like layering pieces. So I really want a cropped black jacket. You know, not for, you know, probably it will go underneath of my coat as it gets cooler, but you know, just that I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, I want something on top of it. So I've been looking at like cropped black denim jackets, but even just a regular cropped denim jacket. When I was getting dressed today and thinking about what I want to wear on my arms when I go out later, I was thinking, you know what, just a regular cropped blue denim jacket would be really cool. I know the Frankie shop makes one of those, so that's an option for just regular denim. I saw a really cool A. Goldie black denim jacket. I was watching another channel. I think her channel is called Mary's Room. She always has a lot of cool pieces, and she had mentioned this A. Goldie Charlie denim jacket. Yes, Charlie, Charli. And it kind of has like, it's loose fitting, but it's not too long. I have a really cool, like oversized, longer denim jacket, but I want something cropped. I'm petite. I need something that sometimes you just want something that doesn't swallow you up too much. And I think, you know, A. Goldie, this denim jacket really fits that bill. So that's an option. I'm still looking around. I don't know too much about what I'm gonna do on this, but I really, sooner rather than later, I do want to get something just more cropped jacket pieces, because I think, you know, sometimes you don't want something too long. It might like overshadow the pants you're wearing. So I'm keeping my eye out, and if anyone has any good suggestions, feel free to leave those in the comments. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is necklaces, specifically gold necklaces. You see, today I have this gold necklace on, and this is my only gold necklace. And I've been thinking, you know, when I was getting dressed today, I was like, man, this necklace, it kind of gets lost. You know, it doesn't have, you know, I need something more statementy. I need maybe a couple more necklaces, maybe to layer. You know, so this is what I'm thinking about. Necklaces with charms. Maybe get a charm for this one that, you know, just stands out. I was thinking maybe even getting like a little D for my name, a little, you know, initial necklace, initial charm, excuse me. So yeah, these are things that I'm really looking for in terms of necklaces. I was looking for like maybe like a Cuban link choker, but I'm sure that would be really expensive. So I don't know about that, but yeah, I just have noticed that when I get dressed, when I put on a necklace, a lot of times, especially when I'm going for gold, because I'm more of a silver person, I'm just lacking when it comes to those gold necklaces. So that's something that I'm keeping my eye out. I've been looking like Macy's. I know a lot of like influencers talk about Masoma, but I really want solid gold, and so I don't see as much on Masoma's website for that. Again, any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so the last piece I want to talk about, and then I'm going to talk about an experience I had with the RealReal, was I'm really missing a trench coat. I have a red trench, but I really want that traditional, like beige, tan, taupey, whatever you want to call the color, trench coat. And I actually had purchased one from the RealReal. Another YouTuber that I really like is Karen Britchick, and she swears by her Christian Dior men's vintage Dior trench. And I've seen pictures of her in it, and she just looks so cool. It looks so great on her. And so I decided to buy one from the RealReal. I bought it in, if you're interested in this, I bought it in a size 36R, 36 regular. Which is like a men's small, and so I said this, you know, usually I buy coats in a medium, so I thought men's small would correspond to a medium for me. And man, it almost worked. So it retailed for $155, and the RealReal charges shipping. I don't know, I know sometimes they might give free shipping, but you probably have to have like a long-standing relationship with them, and I don't. So this is my first purchase from the RealReal, and so I bought it. And it came in the mail, and I tried it on. I will insert pictures. Honestly, I think I'm too short. I'm too short to be wearing men's clothing. It's just not cut for me. I've tried to buy like more oversized clothing, you know, in the past couple of months, just trying different things. It's always fun to try out different silhouettes on yourself. It just doesn't work for me, you know, and it's okay that, you know, it looks good on someone else and it just doesn't work for you. That's a real thing. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and it just doesn't work for me. Honestly, I look like, you ever seen like a cartoon where two kids, one kid is sitting on the other kid's shoulders and they put over a trench coat to try to pretend to be an adult? That's what I look like. I look like I'm pretending to be an adult in that coat. It just swallows me. Even when I belt it, the shoulders are just so broad. It just does not work for me. The coat was really nice. It came in really great condition. If you're interested in buying from the RealReal, really great condition. It had like the wool lining that you can zip out of the coat. So it was in really, really good condition. If you're interested in buying from the RealReal, I would totally recommend it. But it just wasn't for me. So the way that returns work on the RealReal is you can request, just make sure, I do want to say some things are final sale. So I was interested in a couple things that were final sale on the RealReal, and I decided not get that because you just never know. Again, like with my experience when I got it, it didn't work out. You just don't know if it's gonna work out or not, and it didn't. So you put in a request on the website, and they send you back a little like a RMA form, and you have to include that in the package when you send it back, as well as a return shipping slip. And if you use the return labels, that's what the word is, label. If you use their return label, they take like a $12.99 back from your return. And if you just maybe take it in person to a RealReal store, brick and mortar store in your area, they take back only $6.99. I was like, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and use this little label. They're gonna take back something anyway. So in the end, you know, you lose out. You have to pay for shipping and return shipping if you end up returning it. But other than that, I got my money back within a couple days. It was really easy. So if you're thinking about buying from the RealReal, I would recommend it. You know, just know you might lose out something if you have to return it, and you have to pay for shipping to get it to you in the first place, most likely. But they also do have coupon codes, so make sure, sometimes it'll be like on the bottom of the screen when you're like browsing on their website. So that's, you know, an option that can help as well. Okay, well that is all of the things that I have on my, like, the little gaps that I have in my wardrobe. I probably will do like a more fantastical, whimsical wish list in a couple of weeks, but these are more practical things and just something to think about, when you're going through your wardrobe, what do I need? Like, what is this thing that I'm constantly saying to myself? I wish I had this. I wish I had that. This would really pop on. This would really make an outfit pop. This is really what I'm missing. And I think just even if you just actually make that list, like type it into the notes app on your phone or write it down on paper, just when you go into the store, because sometimes when you get in the store and you see all that stuff, you're just like, ooh, I want this, and you end up buying the same thing that you already have in your closet. And again, that gap that you have in your wardrobe just persists. So it might help to just keep that list on you, something to refer to every time you go shopping. And that's what I'm doing. Just, keep running down my list before I buy these new random things that I want over here. What do I actually need to make the things that are already in my wardrobe pop? And any new things that I buy, these core things will help those pop as well. All right, well, I hope that this was helpful. If it was, maybe you'll consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel. I'm also going to link to a video where I talk about adding accessories to a look and how I do it to add interest to a look here. You can also check me out at shortnotsweet.com. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram at shortnotsweetdevaney on both platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and please take care of yourself. Bye.